Hello, Pisces. Welcome and welcome back. We're going to get into a reading, but I have a channeled message for you because my candle is almost at the end of its wax. You are moving quickly because you don't have much time or patience for something. You're possibly, if you resonate with this reading, look, the candle already went out. Okay. If you resonate with this reading, you are possibly someone who is wanting to get all of your ducks in a row and be very prepared for whatever it is that is going on, but you could be a little anxious or nervous about taking the action that you feel guided to take. There's definitely a limited time frame. There could be a time limit on something that you know about, or there is a limited amount of patience or time or energy that you want to devote to something. But whatever it is, it's limited, okay? Whatever this is something that you are prepared for, but it's also something that you could be a little hesitant, nervous, anxious, worried, or having trepidation about. So for you, you may be very cautious. Before you pull the trigger on whatever this is that you're doing, I feel like you're gathering all of your information. You could be gathering documents. You could be gathering personal accounts from other people. You could be gathering research. Some of you guys are trying to basically study and make sure that you're ready for something and prepared for something because you know you have a time limit. It feels like you could be taking a test and you're trying to study for all of the parts of the test that you're going to need to know in order to pass. Whatever this is, whatever this situation is, I feel like you are prepared. You have what you need. You can move forward when you receive everything that you want to compile for the purpose of achieving your goal. So whether this is research, whether this is documentation, you're getting it all together because you know soon enough time is going to run out on something. Okay. Now the candle is out. That's it. Okay. However, when you move forward, there's going to be things that you have to navigate and you're not going to be able to hesitate when it comes to what you're doing. It doesn't mean that you should take rash action, but it means that you should definitely move with urgency. That's what I'm feeling in this situation. But you're ready for something. You're making sure before you pull the trigger, before you get started, or before you submit your paperwork, before you start the test, that you are ready for something. You're not going to go into something blind. You're not going to go into something haphazardly. You're going to go into the situation prepared, or else you're not going to go into it at all. So if you feel for any reason that there's information or documentation that you have not received, or there are details that you don't yet have, I feel like you strongly and intuitively feel that you need to wait on that information, documentation, or confirmation before moving forward with whatever you're choosing to do. Now, I'm telling you right now, that information is going to come in. Spirit is going to make sure that you're provided with all the avenues that you need and all of the information that you need to move forward. However, what you're going to have to discern is whether or not the information that you desire or believe you need is something that you actually need, because there's going to be players in this situation who are not going to be very forthcoming with the information. They're not going to be willing to provide it to you, and they may jump through an extreme amount of hoops to prevent you from getting this information because they know you need it for the purposes of whatever it is that you're doing. And for whatever reason or not, they have a vested interest in you not completing whatever you're meant to do, or in you not being able to achieve your goal. So at that point, Spirit has advised me that you should move forward. If you find that there are obstacles or blockages or delays that are being caused by certain people or groups, where you have done everything that you can and you've given the power to Spirit, God's source, to remove the blockages and they're still not being removed, that is a sign from spirit to continue to move forward with your plan, regardless of the cooperation of those parties. Now, this is a decision that you're going to have to make. I cannot be the person to make that decision or tell you for your specific situation that that is what you need to do, because some of you are going to be placed with the challenge of understanding whether or not spirit is wanting you to await further instructions. Okay. But I feel the way that you're going to know the difference is if you have asked for the blockage to be removed and there is just some ridiculous situation that prevents it from being removed. So for example, if you request a book at the library that you need to read from your course study list in order to prepare for an exam, and that book has been checked out by someone and it's not yet been returned, and you go day after day checking if it's been returned, and the library just can't seem to locate it, and you ask for spirit to locate the book and bring it to you and provide you with clarity about where it is, and then you're still not provided with that clarity, and you feel that for whatever reason intuitively that this is calculated, then those are the types of things that I mean. Move on without that book, because even though you may think that there's something you need with that information or within that book, it may in fact not be something that's important. You may already have the information, or you may have been able to gain the information from another source. So make sure you're researching your options. I'm not a doctor, lawyer, or psychologist, so please don't take this as medical, legal, or professional advice in those fields. The disclaimer is below, you guys. Y'all be sure to like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe. We are going to get into this reading and see what you need to know, because we are going to look at your energy and the energy around you based on the energy that you're exuding from within. We're also going to see the reason why you're in this energy and subsequently why the energy around you is what it is. And we're also going to look at the possible outcome, what's hidden, and advice. So if you guys want to stick around and check it out, we shall proceed. Shall we proceed? Okay, I heard y'all. Thank you. Yes, indeed. Oh, you know what? We're going to pause because I need to make sure this candle is clipped. Hold on. Psych, you thought that was going to take a long time, but it didn't. Now the candle is lit. We have begun. Anything you need to know is below in the description box. If you guys want to book a personal reading, be sure to click the link below and read the frequently asked questions before you book, okay? If you'd like to donate or contribute to the channel, the PayPal and Zelle information is the preferred method, and it's also listed below. And thank you to all of you guys who have been tirelessly supporting the channel and contributing to the overall benefit and progression of these messages. Now, you may think something is going to take longer than what it actually will. You may think something is going to be drawn out longer than it actually will. So if this is in terms of you collecting data, have patience. Go with the flow that spirit is leading you towards. But if you find resistance that seems to be calculated, don't ignore that, okay? So something may move a lot quicker than what you expect, either on the data collection side or on the processing side of completing whatever your goal is. Some of you are also going to find that, hold on. Something is just not what it seems. So let's just see. For Pisces, your energy. Wow, 10 of Wands, the energy around you. Yes, you see what I'm saying? Look at that greedy mug. Look at that greedy motherfucker right there, looking all unscrupulous and shit. 4 of Pentacles. Why? The 7 of Cups. The possible outcome. Oh, 2 cards. Wow. The Devil and the 4 of Wands. Oh, my goodness. Okay, what's hidden? Yeah, the advice. Ooh. A lot of Wands energy when it comes to your energy, the advice. and the possible outcome. Action, something that you're passionate about. Whatever you're doing, your heart is in it. Your heart is in it. You're in it to win it. You are determined to succeed, or you're determined to finish. If you have a difficult professor, King of Swords, and this really just, I don't want to necessarily cuss this person out completely, but this is the type of person who just doesn't want to see other people succeed. This is the type of person who, if they do want to see other people succeed, it's based on the inner childhood trauma and insecurities of their past, because they only support the people who they feel they didn't fit in with, because they still fight in an effort underneath the surface to fit in with those groups that didn't really fuck with them from the jump. This is a person who has information and holds it back for power, for control, and for things that are very shallow in nature. Reasons that are very shallow in nature. This King of Swords energy is the one who's doing this Four of Pentacles. Okay. And they're a stingy, greedy bastard because they're mad that mommy didn't buy them the donut from the mall. Probably because their ass was fat and their mom was trying to prevent them from being an obese, pre-diabetic preteen. Because their friends didn't share their toys, or their brothers and sisters didn't share their toys. So they're mad. But your patience is running out for something. It's probably already run out. Check out the underground. Also, side note, if you guys didn't know, on the post section of the channel, when you see me post updates for the underground, which is a different channel, it's love readings. It has the purple heart in front of it all the time. And I do collective love readings. If you were unaware, that is not this channel. That is a different channel. So if you are watching those readings over there, please be sure to go subscribe. If you were unaware that I completed those readings, you can look through the post section of this channel or the home page to see all of my other channels. If you guys could do me a solid and go subscribe over there at the underground, go subscribe to any of my other channels, check out my other content. There may be messages there for you. Okay. But your patience has already run out with this person. You're completely tired of dealing with them. Yeah. 7 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, along with the 4 of Cups. So we have the 4 of Cups, the 4 of Pentacles, and the 4 of Wands, which means the 4 of Swords is what's missing or part of what's hidden. So it could be a Libra. For some of you, it could be an I was about to say Aries. I wanted to say Aquarius, but it could be a Libra, an Aries, an Aquarius, a Gemini, a Scorpio, or possibly even a Virgo. You guys have waited and waited and waited and waited and questioned, researched, tried to gain information. But this is like a college professor who gives lackluster lectures and then assumes that their students should be able to connect the dots from whatever gibberish and fuckery that they're talking about, when they know they're being purposefully elusive. Okay. And they will give the people who they find likable, or the people who they try to fit in with, the information, but they won't share it equally. This person knows something they want to hide, or there is a person, which is this King of Swords, who is hiding behind some guise, or it's an illusion. This could be someone operating under a business. If someone is keeping money from you or resources from you, or acting on the behalf of another person, this is who it is. And they're using their business name, their family name, a fake name or an organization possibly to hide whatever it is that they are restricting you from receiving. They could be hiding behind office hours. I don't know which one of y'all are in college, but they could be hiding behind office hours, or they could be hiding behind something. It's going to be illuminated though. You're in the Ten of Wands energy because this person is in the Four of Pentacles energy. This could be happening in several situations in your life, Seven of Cups. The possible outcome, though, is that you're going to make a lot of progress. You're going to basically cover a lot of ground in this situation with the Devil and the Four of Wands. Okay. I feel like you are going to let your demons come out to play, since motherfuckers want to be stupid and act like they're confused. Whoever this is not confused. They're upset that you're asking questions. Somebody is waiting or holding on to something that you, I feel, were already supposed to receive, or something that already belongs to you. And there is a desire to drag out the time frame so that you will be rejected, or so that you will not receive what it is that you're supposed to receive, or that there'll be some type of delay in your life, which will ultimately cause disappointment for you. Right now, the water energy is the Seven of Cups and the Four of Cups. The goal and the intention behind whatever confusion or illusions that someone is creating is to make you question yourself, make you confused, make you unsure of which option to take, because you don't have all of the information, you don't have all the documentation, you don't have everything you need as far as you know, so you think. And it's because ultimately somebody wants you to be disappointed or rejected or feel rejected or just give up. Someone's making something so difficult for you, Ten of Wands, because they just want you to lay down, and they really want you to lay down in the grave that they thought they dug for you and just die, metaphorically. But I just feel like with this Ten of Wands, y'all told this motherfucker with your actions, hell no. You can go lay down in that grave that you dug, because that's going to be your grave, not mine, metaphorically. So let's see. Why is the Ten of Wands Pisces energy? Yeah, there's a time limit on this, though. There's only so long that this can happen. And someone knows with this Four of Pentacles that time is running out. Excuse me. Ace of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, Chariot reversed. Yeah. You want to ascend. You want to achieve your goals with the Ace of Cups. I feel like you've offered a compromise, or you've approached a situation with a very emotionally balanced and loving perspective. This is coming from a place of love. So I don't know if this is advice that you're giving to someone, or a plea that you're making, or a compromise that you offered, and someone just does not want to take it. Someone just refuses, right? And they're forcing you to make certain decisions that you feel like you didn't want to have to make. But with the Wheel of Fortune, this is a part of the plan. This is a part of the universe's plan. You may have been offered something and you decided not to move forward with it, and it's putting certain wheels in motion, right? Whether it's positive or negative, I don't know. But because you were offered something to appease you, but you felt like you were being forced into something that you didn't want to do, or the offer was not acceptable in your opinion, you did not move forward. Okay? This could be negotiations. This could be some type of back and forth communication. But yeah, you chose not to move forward, and you're deciding to take on something on your own. Whether this is a lawyer that's not doing their job, or whatever the heck is going on. This goes back to that reading that I did a while back talking about a paper trail, and also the reading that I did more recently talking about someone purposefully trying to avoid you or delay something or drag something out. It's like you're being forced into a position that you never really wanted to be in, that with the Ace of Cups, you were kind of innocent. And someone, because we're not 100% innocent all the time, but I feel like you approach the situation with love, compassion, kindness, love for yourself, a desire for peace. And someone did not want to do that. They wanted to try to, it feels like, create a certain outcome with the Wheel of Fortune that would benefit them or control your destiny in a way, okay? Control the outcome. What's the Chariot reversed for the Ten of Wands? Star. And it's basically going in the reverse, okay? Yeah, because you just feel like something is not going to move forward. And you're under a lot of pressure. You have a lot of things that you have to do. You have a lot of responsibilities. And somebody's acting as if they're oblivious to these responsibilities. They're also acting as if they're not required to assist with these responsibilities, or as if they're not responsible for these responsibilities, but they apparently are. This could be children. This could be child support. Six of Cups, Temperance. I feel like you walked away from someone in the past, or there are things that you just stopped giving to someone, and you thought that over time someone would be able to heal and move forward or move on, but they just have not let something go. They have not let something go. And you've been trying to maintain an optimistic perspective. I feel like in the past you were very negative about this situation, or you were feeling hopeless about it. It distracted you a lot, or it could be distracting you now. And the universe is working things out and trying to help blend things together so that you can receive the blessing that you need to help remove whatever this blockage is that you're trying to move. It's like you're trying to move a stone, like a huge stone, or push past a brick wall that someone has created and manufactured. And the universe is moving things around, but you have to also understand that this is a part of what's meant to happen. Some of you guys are hopeless when it comes to a person doing the right thing. Like, you've given up hope on someone's humanity. You've given up hope on someone's sensibilities because you realize that they're stupid. And they're not the stupid when it comes to like just, plain old stupid. You realize that they are stupid in terms of them not understanding their own fucking well-being and their own best interests because they're blinded by rage, envy, jealousy, pride, and revenge. Okay? Ooh, bitch. Not the Five of Swords. Okay, so what is this energy around Pisces? Why is the Four of Pentacles here? Hangman. See what I'm saying? They love to keep you stuck because they feel that they hold the key to keeping you trapped in a situation that they have created. This is a power trip. This is someone who what am I trying to say? They want for everything and have nothing. This is a person who is ultimately very stingy and selfish. I feel like you are embarrassed to even have been associated with this person in whatever capacity that you have been. Yeah, the Magician and the Two of Pentacles. Manipulating a situation where you stay in this perpetual state of lack. Manipulating a situation where you stay in a perpetual state of stagnancy, embarrassment, isolation. I tell you, this person, if they could have you locked up in a basement for their own sick desires, they would. But because they can't do that and they would go to jail, they have to control you with things like possessions, money, finances, information, assets, time, energy, things like that. This person deals in depravity. And they want to keep balance. They want to keep this state of balance. But with the Two of Pentacles, it's not the Temperance card. The Temperance is the Temperance card. So this is human design. This is by human design. This is man-made delays, man-made stagnancy. This is not something that Spirit created. That's why I told you what I told you at the beginning. This is something that a human being, or something that's less than a human being, to be honest with you, an entity working through a person or whatever the fuck they are, is creating. But the Temperance was over here on your side with the Six of Cups. And everything that they attempted to steal or snatch or prevent you from receiving that Spirit was trying to give you over the course of the last few years or however long this has been going on is being balanced out by Spirit. And what they're trying to do is balance their little scrawny, measly Two of Pentacles against the might and force of the Temperance card. It's no match. It's no match. But you have to understand, to control yourself and to understand what's going on, look at the bigger picture from a higher perspective so you know how to handle this situation. Because it's meant to go this way. What's the Hangman? The Justice card. Pisces, Taurus, Libra, Cancer, Capricorn, Aquarius, Leo, Virgo, Scorpio. So all water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. All air signs, strong Libra, Aquarius, maybe Gemini is involved somewhere. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So all earth signs. And I feel like I said Aries by accident. And then Leo. Sagittarius could be involved as well. It don't matter who it is. All these motherfuckers out here is trying to shapeshift into different faces and all this other stuff. Four of Cups, Page of Pentacles. You see that Four of Cups? That's what they feel you deserve, is this measly, lackluster offer that's really nothing. They were disappointed in how something worked out. They were disappointed that you received justice in a situation when it comes to what they have already done to manipulate you. And this is the only way. This is a small way. This is the only way with this Page of Pentacles. This Page of Pentacles is the only option that they had, that they felt like they could use to control and manipulate you to get the result that they wanted. So, situation, Seven of Cups. Why is the Seven of Cups here? Five of Cups. Ace of Wands, Six of Cups. So, keep in mind, this could be you or them. I'm going to describe what's going on. You can decide if it's you or them. I would advise you taking accountability in order to prevent yourself from going down a stupid ass path. There is a goal here that someone has because they are focused on what they lost in the past. So this could either be a goal to gain clarity. This could be a goal to be released. This could be a goal to get revenge. But this goal that someone wants to achieve is stemming from a feeling of loss from the past that they aren't able to move on from, which is causing confusion. I feel like this is affecting not only you and this person. What else for the Seven of Cups? Queen of Swords. Interesting. You may see that someone is lost and confused. Therefore, you again are giving up on their humanity and deciding to do something by yourself or deciding to figure out something on your own. Because you know this person is not going to let go of whatever they're holding on to. They're going to continue to lie. They're going to continue to try to perpetuate the illusion. They have a decrepit brain and they will not see the dysfunction of their behavior because they are so swamped. They got swamp ass, bitch. They are so swamped and bogged down with their emotions that any communication with them is going to be pointless. It's going to be something that just does not ever make any sense. Because someone is very satisfied with themselves because they feel that their demise of you, their betrayal of you, their control over you to keep you in the ground with these swords, these lies that they told, they feel that it's working. This is somebody with a mental disorder. And I'm not a doctor, lawyer, or psychologist, so I could be talking out the side of my neck. Don't believe anything I say. But in my opinion, from the experience that I've had through life and dealing with different types of people in different situations, and not only that, but observing y'all's situations, this is a person who is mentally unwell. And you can see that clearly. I don't know if they're a drunk. I don't know if they're a drug addict. I don't know if they have some type of mental imbalance that needs to be tested, addressed, and treated. But whoever the fuck this person is off their goddamn rocker. And you know this. And they think that there's a way for them to get what they want by continuing to be in this outdated, stale ass, confusing, manipulative energy. And if it's you, you need to get that shit in check. You need to go see the respective professional, health professional, mental professional, or whoever, because your delusions are going to lead you into a place of pain. Okay? And disappointment. What's the Queen of Swords and the Five of Cups? Two of Cups. See what I'm saying? If you add 5 to 7, it's 12, right? And if you put 2 and 1 together, that's the Three of Cups. So this is a combination of this Five of Cups. The Three of Cups is what someone thinks that they deserve or someone thinks that they lost, that they want to gain back. But them having the Three of Cups in the first place was an illusion. Seven of Cups. So someone feels like they lost something, but in reality, they didn't really lose anything because the Two of Cups is still here. You could be communicating with this person and seeing that whatever it is that this person thinks that they took from you, they did not. Maybe you're telling this person that whatever they think they took from you, they did not. You could be deciding to forge ahead on your own because you've realized that there's no reason to fight for something that they want to convince you lost, when in reality you didn't lose anything. Okay? Four of Cups and the Moon card. It's the same thing over and over again. It's the same thing over and over and over and over again. And the Three of Cups is here, sitting here, being disappointing. whatever happened that was not to the satisfaction of either party involved had to do with communication and conversations that were laced with lies, deceit, and betrayal, secrets, illusions, fear. And whoever this Queen of Swords can see through whatever this is to understand what is really going on. Now, what was that? Oh, Page of Swords reversed. I was just looking at the deck. I didn't know the Page of Swords was reversed. So someone could definitely be high. Someone could be high or a drug addict or a fucking drunk. They could be hiding or spying. Okay. If you're this person who sees clearly through the illusion, you know that somebody's just going to keep lying, trying to keep up this illusion. You know. You just already know that this person is going to continue to keep these illusions up. But see, somebody is getting arrogant. And that's the thing that I want to warn you guys about. Because if there's something that you are fighting for or trying to force to happen, or you feel like not even that you're forcing it, but that you deserve for it to happen, and you've been being deceptive or lacking transparency in your dealings, which sometimes we do by accident, okay? Take it how it resonates. And you're continuing to fight for something that was an illusion in the first place, you might want to let it go. Because at the end of the day, your arrogance is going to be your downfall and your loss. Because whatever was going on was from an illusionary place. I can't tell you how to live your life. The King of Swords. Why is the King of Swords was hidden? The Wheel of Fortune. Because there's a shift that's taking place underneath the surface, behind the scenes. It's time for whatever information that's been kept secret or hidden to be revealed. It may be someone's time to speak in court or testify to something. Seven of Wands, Queen of Cups. There's an unexpected shift happening, and it has something to do with you. Queen of Cups. What's this Wheel of Fortune? What is this Wheel of Fortune? I feel like some of you guys are being asked not to focus on something, not to worry about something, don't think about it. With the major arcanas being reversed here, first of all, there's two major arcanas clarifying your energy. And there's two major arcanas clarifying this person's energy. Okay? So for some of you, if you're fighting a legal battle, but the legal battle is based off of an illusion, you're being told that the universe is basically telling you not to focus on this and don't proceed forward with something that you want to force into place. If there's a legal battle that, isn't moving forward, I don't know. We're going to clarify the advice, but I'm getting a strong message that your spirit team is trying to prevent you from fucking your own self in the ass. And they're telling you to stop forcing something because there could be illusions, or there could be confusion or delusions or lies that you should not be responsible for, or that you should not perpetuate. I don't know what that means, but take it how it fucking resonates. Okay? You may be confused that negotiations or talks or some type of communication did not end up the way that you thought it was, and you're not sure and you're questioning why. I feel personally that this is for you in terms of questioning what's really important. Is it really important to get swept up in whatever the fuck is going on. Because some of you, okay, I don't give a fuck if you don't want to hear what I'm saying or not. I'm not trying to be rude to you. I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm trying to save you from yourself. If you feel that you were done dirty, but there was something that happened that I don't know how to describe it, but kind of like a fluke or kind of like getting through something by the skin of your teeth. I don't know what it is. This justice is upright. So somebody right now is in the right when it comes to legally being able to keep you in a contract or keep you attached to something, keep you stuck in something. Somebody has the legal right to do so, whether it's morally correct or not, because we know there's a difference between man's law and God's law. Whether it's morally correct or not is not a question. Legally, do they have the right? Okay, High Priestess at the bottom. Legally, do they have a right to keep you stuck or keep you locked in this contract or keep you obligated to this commitment? Yes. Based on the information that's available now. So they are going to do so because this is a stingy motherfucker who doesn't care about morals or what's right and wrong from an ethical, more spiritual perspective. You, on the other hand, have the major arcana in the reverse, which tells me that there's a need for you not to get distracted trying to force the situation to move forward. Because what you don't see, High Priestess, Ten of Pentacles, and what's hidden is that someone's arrogance in their choice to try to block your destiny is going to ultimately lead to some type of success and happiness. Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. If you fight too hard on something that Spirit is trying to tell you to sit down, you will get blocked. You will get these spankings over and over again. You will receive the same result that you don't want and you feel like it's not fair, and you'll be trapped in this ultimate loop of confusion. And ultimately, that's what Spirit is trying to tell you that this person is doing. Devil card. It's not about them keeping you trapped in a fucking contract. It's about them keeping you in this constant perpetual state of thinking about this to where you cloud your judgment and you make decisions that are foolish. I feel like you know, for a lot of you guys who have picked up on this, that whatever is too stressful or whatever you have to force is probably shit. And I feel like you want to be guided down the right path because you're protecting your destiny. If you are standing up for yourself, you are protecting your destiny. I feel like you're making a choice because you know what to expect in a situation. Intuitively, you see yourself getting what it is that you want. Intuitively, you see something working out in your favor. Intuitively, you see yourself getting wish fulfillment. And the choices that you make as being protected by your destiny, by Spirit, by Source. But ultimately, there is a tangible aspect to this that you have to take into consideration so that you can have balance not only in your practical life, but in your spiritual life. And whatever this Ten of Swords is that you guys are dealing with this person or that someone else is creating, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not advocating for their behavior. But what I'm saying is that regardless of the reason why they want to keep you stuck, or regardless of the reason why they want to prevent you from moving forward, that's ultimately what they have the right to do in this energy right now. Does it mean it's going to stay like that forever? No. That's the point. Spirit is trying to tell your ass that. But right now, in order to protect you, in order to keep you safe, in order to keep you on the right side of a situation, Spirit is trying to sternly yet gently nudge you into dropping some type of burdens, or into staying focused and not giving up on something that is important for you to focus on, because you're being tricked by the devil into thinking that accomplishing this goal or having whatever this is going to bring you some type of happiness, but it's not. What's the devil and the Four of Wands? Queen of Cups. Nine of Pentacles and the Temperance. You feel connected or attached or trapped in this relationship, whatever it is, whether it's a professional relationship, a personal relationship, romantic, platonic, professional. You feel trapped in this connection. You feel like you would rather be able to be independent or free when it comes to making these decisions and choices. That's how you feel. What's the devil by itself? Eight of Pentacles. So it could be a Capricorn, but it could also be a Virgo. The Sun card, Page of Pentacles. I feel like you want to be released from something for financial reasons or for freedom of expression. If you work for a particular company, you may not be able to have freedom of expression. You may work for a company where you can't speak your mind on social media. You may work for a company where they have authorization over your creative projects. And whatever you create while under the contract of this company is legally their property. You may ultimately be in a situation where you're in some type of financial debt, or you're obligated to some type of financial debt, and you don't feel like you should be obligated to it. And you just want to have this weight released so that you can focus on what it is that you want to accomplish and achieve, and create the reality that you see within your potential. There's nothing wrong with that. What's the Four of Wands? All right. Ten of Cups reversed. Yeah, because you're unhappy in this union. This could even be you in situations with groups of people, with communities, with your family, where you just feel like you don't belong. And you feel more invested in whatever you're doing for work, or you would rather be spending your time on something that would make you more productive. Nine of Pentacles. You feel better being on your own. You feel better being single. You may feel like somebody is trying to attach to you to get a piece of whatever this Nine of Pentacles is, which more than likely you are probably correct. Because this is taking a huge chunk out of your income, or it's taking a huge chunk out of your savings, or it's taking a lot of time away from what you feel like is a more important priority. You feel like if someone would just give you what you're owed or pay you what they owe you, then you would be able to pay your bills, prioritize what you feel like is important in life, do the things that help you maintain your sanity, peace, and overall quality of life. But I feel like what you want might not be able to be what you can have. And a lot of you aren't going to want to hear this because I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. And then you're going to ignore what I say. You're going to click off of the reading, and then you're going to go do something stupid that puts you in an even worse situation. But what I'm trying to tell you is that what Spirit wants you to focus on is that. They want you to focus on exactly what it is that you want and doing things that bring you closer to it. You battling with someone who is more than likely, in my opinion, clinically insane, and trying to force them to release you or give you something that belongs to you, or trying to force them to release you from what they legally have the right to keep you trapped in, you will lose your mind. That is why the destiny swap occurs. That is where the destiny swap occurs. So that they can transfer their insanity onto you, have you lose your fucking mind, have you out here strung out looking crazy, walking around in your drawers, dirty and funky, while they sit in the arrogant validation of their behavior because they got the chance to distract you from what it is that you were really meant to be doing and succeeded. I'm just trying to help your ass. I don't care. I'm just trying to help your ass. Be careful the visions you see and how you believe them and what you do based off of them. What's the Nine of Wands? Why is it advice? Ooh, this was reversed at first, but it's up right now. Okay. Five of Swords, King of Cups. If you hold on to whatever this is, or you try to fight whatever this is, or you try to prevent whatever this is from being the reality, when in fact it is the reality, whether it's by force, by trying to control the situation, or by being delusional, you will end up stuck in this predicament and trying to figure out how not to drown in the middle of the ocean. I don't know what else to tell you. Somebody is holding on to something. Somebody refuses to let it go. The best thing that you can do is create as much of a boundary and as much space as you can in between you and this fucking lunatic. That's what you can do. What's the Four of Pentacles? Judgment. Spirit is trying to get you to see that you holding on to this is creating a blockage. You trying to fight this and force the situation is creating a blockage. Release it. They want you to release it so they can fucking handle it and set you motherfucking free. God damn. Five of Pentacles. This is why the Five of Pentacles is created, because you have such an insecurity and issue with this situation. I don't care if it's childhood abandonment issues. I don't care if it's a poverty mindset that you experienced when you was growing up. I don't care if it's somebody ghosting you and leaving you with the responsibilities of raising kids, of taking care of other people, taking care of your parents. Spirit is trying to tell you, wake up. Remember what happened in the past when you refused to let this go and you let it control your life and make you feel insecure about your capabilities? You remember what happened? Because that's exactly what's going to happen again if you keep holding on to this and you pick this hill to die on. What is the King of Swords actually doing? Don't walk into a gunfight with a knife, proverbially speaking. And analogy wise, what is this King of Swords doing? What is this King of Swords doing that's hidden? Ooh. Three of Pentacles, Three of Cups, Fool reversed. Either they're building a community of foolish people, or they're creating an atmosphere where they get you to hesitate about everything that it is that you do. And whatever action that you do take is focused on helping them perpetuate their goal. Ten of Swords, Hermit. I'm trying to tell you, you don't have to listen to me. Hold on, I need to pee. Drank too much coffee. So, let's ask Spirit for Pisces. Spirit, what are you trying to get Pisces to see in this situation? Ace of Cups reversed and the Death card. Page of Swords, Nine of Cups. I feel like Spirit is trying to get you to see and pay attention to things that make you feel bad so that you can change it. Things that emotionally drain you. Things that make you feel low self-esteem or that make you hate yourself. People, places, and situations that don't pour back into your cup. They want to get you to see that these things and these situations need to transform and change. And that's what's ultimately happening. That's ultimately what Spirit is trying to achieve. Is changing these situations that make you feel drained, tired, exhausted, unfulfilled, burdened, and ultimately unhappy, cursed. They're trying to get you to pay attention to those things and the cycles of how they work so that you can prevent them from happening repetitively and have what it is that you want. What Spirit is trying to get you to see? What's the Ace of Cups reversed in the Death card? Eight of Wands. Ten of Pentacles. They're moving you towards whatever long-term goal that you have. You have a legacy of people behind you. You have ancestors, spirit guides, people who are on your team. It is safe for you to move on from a situation. Something has been going on for a long time, and that's exactly what somebody wants. You have the opportunity to move forward. Death card again, and the Seven of Pentacles. Spirit. What is it that you want Pisces to do? Okay. Temperance and the Page of Swords. Seek balance. But not in a way where you're forcing situations. Whatever foolish, dumb shit that this King of Swords is doing to try and block your destiny or control your destiny, they're going to get recognized for it. They're going to get called out for it. But Spirit wants you to release yourself and free yourself from thinking about this over and over again. And focus on what it is that you want to work on. Focus on what it is that makes you happy. Good Lord. Because God knows everyone over here in the spiritual community is tired of fucking reading it. I love y'all. Believe it or not. World. Empress. In the cycle. So you can have abundance. 3 of Swords. In the cycle of pain. The pain that you felt from this perpetual situation is why your flow is blocked. And what they want you to do is to get the fuck up off the floor, wipe your tears, go blow your nose, whatever you have to do, so that you can see the pain from the perspective of growth, wisdom, experience, and be confident that you will be protected, safe, secure, anointed, watched over, blessed, whatever word you want to use, as you continue to be curious about the different aspects of life that interest you and focus on that. Good Lord. Because I feel like the only reason why this reading is so harsh is because you guys are letting a really ignorant, insane, purely just ridiculously obnoxious person control the way you live your life. And if you're mad about hearing it in the readings, stop doing the same shit over and over again and expecting a different result. That's the 9 of Wands. Because it's your victim mentality. It's your insecurities. It's your childhood trauma. It's your past pain that is determining the fact that you keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result and not changing the way that you see your life. Thinking that, I don't know what the fuck you're thinking. And some of you guys are aware of this. And you've already made changes. And you're holding on to your boundaries. Yeah, wishful thinking. That's what I'm saying. Second chance, deja vu, nostalgia. But wishful thinking ain't gonna get you nowhere. Spirit wants you to literally 8 of Pentacles that bitch and do something. If other people ain't gonna do it right, do it yourself, which means, because some of y'all gonna take it the wrong way, if somebody is not doing you right, do it yourself. If somebody is not doing right by you, do right by yourself. If someone is not giving you what they owe you, go get it by yourself. They're never gonna give it to you. They're never going to release you. So I don't know where the delusion is. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if you're just reflecting this person's energy and it's coming out through you. But if they have that much access to your energetic potential, then there needs to be a stronger boundary created. Because if their shit is coming out in your reading and you saying, oh, it's not me, it's them. I don't know. That part don't fit me. Shut the fuck up. They're still too close. They still have too much access either through the tethers of your mind, your emotions, or your physical reality, bitch. I don't give a fuck if you get mad at me or not. I am so sick of pandering to y'all motherfuckers. When it be some shit that you be coming over here trying to figure out, and then you get an attitude when motherfuckers be telling your ass the truth. No, it ain't me. I ain't doing all that. And then you want to put it on me and every other reader who tells your ass the truth. And you keep going around and around in circles, trying to find different people, trying to find more readers, trying to watch more readings until somebody tell you what your goofy ass want to hear and lie in your face. And then you make dumb decisions based off of it. You stay in the same stagnant cycles and your life never improves. So you keep perpetually coming back and spending money with that same ignorant, goofy ass person. Break the cycle. Distance. Divorce, ghosted, separation. Feminine energy, gentleness, nurturing, mothering. What else? For this reading that ain't gonna get no damn views. Family, blood ties, inner circle, masked, hiding, concealed, deception. Thrills, continuous cycles, bad decisions, addictions. But I be the one lying though. But I be the one who don't, but I be the one projecting my energy on y'all. Okay. Because you might not say it, but y'all be thinking it. You're detached from your feminine energy. You made bad decisions. It's okay. You tried to blame it on your family, your upbringing. If I would have just been able to live with a better family, if I would have just been able to have my daddy or my mama in my life, if I would have just had people in my family who supported me, if I would have just had people who didn't try to lie on me, if I would have, if, sound like a broken record. One more card. Suffering in silence. Unspoken desires, real feelings, broken dreams. Yes, ma'am. If it would have just worked out like this. If it would have just worked out like that. Now's the time where sucking it up, taking the L, taking accountability is going to be your best motherfucking friend. Because not only is it going to help you avoid more issues, but it's also going to prevent you from having headaches that are unnecessary. Because if there was something that someone is doing to do you wrong, keep you stuck or trapped, abuse you, they are going to get caught. But if you don't wake the fuck up and do what it is that you need to do when it comes time for the reckoning and the recognition, you will not be seen for what it is that you're capable of doing. You will be seen for the grudge that you hold against said individuals. This creates a cycle of suffering that you are dealing with by yourself in silence because you wish that things from the past were different. That's fine. You could wish all day that they were different. What the fuck are you going to do now? Puzzled? You don't know? Confused, perplexed, conflicted? Hopeless, lost, depression, unaliving. What you don't understand is that this person has a right to keep you stuck and hold on to whatever you feel like they owe you. They have a right spiritually in the universal laws of nature to do whatever the fuck they are doing. But it don't mean it's not going to come back up because my cat is throwing up, coughing up a hairball. Percy, oh Lord. Sir, get your life together. Oh, get your life together, Percy. He be licking stuff he ain't supposed to be licking. It's going to come back up. Regurgitation. This person is bullying you and manipulating you into progressing this cycle to keep happening because you are the only person who has the power to make that a reality. They don't. So if you finally have the courage to accept why you're confused and feeling hopeless and suffering in silence, full of a bunch of wishes that aren't coming true. You have to look at you, and you have to understand that you are the one who is infusing the energy into this repetitive cycle. So either you're going to stop or you're going to have to shut the fuck up. Because if you don't, Spirit is going to shut you the fuck up. And I'm sorry to those of you guys. I'm prayers and sorrows for those of you who feel like this ain't you. Fine. If it's not you and you have enough maturity to see where this could have been you in the past, just know the message is coming out because Spirit is confirming the path that you have chosen and that you're moving in the right direction away from this fucked energy. Don't take it personal. But there are thousands, millions of people who watch the videos on this channel throughout the entirety of the channel's existence. And in order to be responsible with what it is that I do, I have to tell the truth about that shit. So that's what the fuck I'm doing. And if anybody got a problem with it, you don't have to be here. And I'm not trying to be negative, but like, that's crazy. You might be able to convince everybody else, but you're not gonna play in my face. And I told y'all that before. I'm here for y'all. I'm here for y'all. I want you to succeed. But in order to give you actionable steps to break the curses that are deeply embedded within your deoxyribonucleic acid or whatever the fuck it is, this is what you have to hear. This is what you have to register. This is what you have to know. Nothing is going to change overnight. Your spirit team is trying to get you to see that you have the opportunity to move forward and change your circumstances, to end a cycle of pain and finally have abundance in your life. But you have to pay attention to how spirit is moving. You have to pay attention to what's going on around you in the universe. You have to free yourself from thinking about this all the time. And trying to be a perfectionist about how it's going to turn out, forcing outcomes that may not even be in your best interest. Because whatever it is that you're forcing and trying to do, instead of just releasing and surrendering to the universe, could have an adverse effect. It could backfire on you. And then you're going to be you're going to be in the victimhood again, in the victim mentality, talking about how everything is always fucked up and how nothing ever goes right for you and how everybody is who's evil gets to win and all this other stupid shit that you need to let the fuck go of. Stop being nice to people. Stop overextending yourself. Stop doing shit that you know you shouldn't be doing when your intuition is telling you that you need to do something else. Somebody is taking advantage of your kindness. They're taking advantage of the fact that you're going to make a decision to try to keep the peace. They're taking advantage of the fact that you're argumentative. They're taking advantage of the fact that they're triggering you. And that they can get you to make foolish decisions or get you to not act or react at all. I don't know which one you are. You're going to say, oh, that's a contradiction. No, it's not. All of you guys are different, and there are thousands upon millions of y'all watching this video. Some of you may have a person who's trying to trick you into not doing anything and staying still, staying stagnant, when in reality, your spirit and your soul is telling you to move. Some of you, someone is trying to trick you into being silent when spirit is telling you to speak. Some of you, a person is trying to trick you into taking action or putting your energy and effort into something, possibly even your money, that you don't need to put your energy, effort, or money into. And you need to actually not do anything at all. But because you guys are waiting a lot of times on someone to save you, and I'm talking to a select few of you guys. Some of you, this is confirmation of what you already know. Congrats. Keep going. Don't let this message distract you. Hear what it is that spirit is trying to get you to hear. But because some of you are so confused about who you are, you don't understand when someone is manipulating you into doing something that you don't need to fucking do, because they know you've been hurt and they know you are a victim of things rightfully, and that controls you. So they're able to manipulate you. What's the advice? Because Lord, don't go chasing waterfalls. This basically is saying you can't force a situation to be something other than what it is. You can't force your will on another person, even if they're forcing their will on you. You have the right to do that, though. Spirit's not going to stop you. But they can't protect you if you step out of the confines of your boundaries and your protective bubble. Something may just be what it is. And your best bet, in order to get whatever it is that you feel like you're owed, is to move forward. And I know it's hard because money and children, property, the principal, whatever it is that you're holding on to that's making you choose whatever you're choosing, these things can be very strong. It can be very tempting, devil card, to want this because it looks like balance. But I feel like with the 10 of Cups reversed and the 4 of Wands, whatever the outcome is that you're being tempted into believing is possible, or whatever the outcome is that you're being tempted into trying to force, may be an illusion. It may not even be real. The reality of it may not even make you happy or make you feel fulfilled. Because at the end of the day, everything that I just told you that spirit is trying to get you to realize now is going to be something that you realize then. And then you're going to look behind you at all the devastation and all the loss and all the time and energy and money that you wasted. And you're going to feel like shit. And I don't want you to feel like that. But that's on you, bitch. Listen. Okay. Learning and forgiving and rebel. Do something different than what everybody else expects you to do. Do something different than what your own self expects you to do. Figure it out. Go out here. Be that bitch. Be that motherfucker. Handle your goddamn business. And understand that spirit always has your back. I'm done. Bye. Like the video, book your reading, get in the comments. Don't be a fucking hater watching and not participating. I appreciate you guys. Sorry for the attitude, but I'm not really sorry because it is what it is. And I said what the fuck I said. And I really do love you guys. So whether or not you believe it, whether or not you want to hear me, whether or not you want to harbor secret resentment for it, when you know I'm right, that's on you. But my intention has always been to give y'all what you need on a truthful, insightful basis so that you can make the most productive decision for your life. And that's what I've done today. So thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate it. Like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe. And remember, Pisces, this is our circle, booze. Bye.